Hello, welcome back to the James Ramblin' Reviews, and today, could this actually be the turning point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe in this video, as today we're going to be reviewing for you Captain America Brave New World, which I watched the other day on Saturday night with some family members, and so there's definitely that. And before I get into how I felt about this movie, this will be a spoiler-free review, as this movie is just now recently hit cinemas a few days back there, and so yeah. Context wise here, I'm going to mention the fact that I actually watched Falcon Winter Soldier for the very first time recently, and I reviewed it a week ago, and I'll link that down below. Absolutely love that. And for me personally, the MCU hasn't really been doing what it always did, and it wasn't hitting the same after Avengers Endgame, because I just feel like they were focusing on things that I wasn't very interested in, and if there was something I was interested in, right, it was a few things. So it was like, Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians Galaxy 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, and the other movies, they were either just fine or okay, or just absolutely forgettable, mediocre slop. And so there's all of these things coming into the swing of things with this entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, and so there's all of that. So what is Brave New World, Captain America Brave New World, all about, without spoiling it? So pretty much what you have here is you have Sam Wilson as Captain America, right? And it's meant to be this like government plot where there's something strange and somebody's pulling the strings behind the scenes, and the good guys have to figure out what the bad guy's evil plan really is, and it goes on for a couple of hours. And that's probably the best way I'm going to describe this movie without spoiling it. And so there's all of that considered. And so how did I actually feel about Captain America Brave New World? And to answer my question, yes, I actually think this is a turning point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think this is one of the more memorable, interesting, entertaining times for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As a follow-up to 6 months later, 7 months later, whatever, to Deadpool and Wolverine, this is absolutely great here, because I was entertained the entire time throughout the film. I felt like, Anthony Mackie was amazing as, the Captain America, and what they do to be able to surefire, kind of assist the fact that he is Captain America in this movie is great. And Harrison Ford in this movie as well, really did surprise me. Because a few years ago, there was this little movie called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford is really old in that movie, and it just didn't really work. And I know this is a different movie we're talking about, but it's still under the name of Disney. So then a few years later, when we have this movie called Captain America Brave New World, and you have Thunderbolt Ross, played by Harrison Ford, he actually knocks it out of the park. And he delivers this villain role, and his performance is just really entertaining. And yeah, there's all of that. I really did enjoy this movie. I didn't feel like it was long at all. Like, it absolutely flew by, and it was super entertaining. So we've said all of that. But what I will say is, there is this one character, and he isn't really the greatest thing ever. And so there's definitely that. He's just not really the greatest thing ever, because the way they do it and the way he looks in the movie just isn't very interesting. But what I just do not understand with this movie is that the actual terrible reception it's received, because I have seen worse Marvel movies, right? I've absolutely seen worse Marvel movies. I could count it on the top of my fingers how many kind of mediocre and mid Marvel movies there have been, and I don't need to go over that in this video. But I just feel like there was that, and then there's this other thing that people are saying, why is there not enough Red Hulk? But I think Harrison Ford, when he turns into the Red Hulk in the movie and all of that, right, I really did enjoy that, and the CGI wasn't horrible. I thought it was some of the best CGI we've seen in Marvel in a long time, and I know I'm exaggerating, but it didn't really put me off, because I realised that this isn't realistic, and this is something that's just, absolutely out of this world and over the top, because that is what a Hulk character, that's what a creature that, a creature on Earth would be when they're right next to humans. It wouldn't look normal or natural. Of course it's going to be like that, you know what I mean? So there's all of that to be considered. So I will say that, right, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but I will not deny the fact that I had a good time with this movie. I enjoyed the performances all around and stuff like that, except for there was like that one character in this movie which I cannot spoil because he is a main villain of the movie and it's not Harrison Ford. But then there's also the fact that you have Giancarlo Esposito, however you pronounce it, his like Marvel debut, right? And that alone is just really, really good. I really did enjoy what they did with that character, and there is just a lot here I really enjoyed. So I was just trying to do my best to explain how I felt about this movie. But overall, I'm going to give Captain America Brave New World an 8 out of 10, right? And yeah, that's my review of Captain America Brave New World. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I am absolutely happy to say and happy to report that this is a really, really good Marvel movie. And if Marvel can make Thunderbolts really good and the new Fantastic Four movie really good, I think this is the year where Marvel is turning the ship around and saying, well, you know, after it, post-Endgame Marvel really isn't that bad anymore. So yeah, bye.